Good afternoon, sir and classmates. In this presentation, we will explain the 9 types of civic engagement. So, without further ado, let's begin.
Magandang hapon, housemates. Ngayon ay magsisimula ang ating nominasyon. Maaaring mo lang simulan, Steph, ang pagbibigay ng puntos at ang iyong saloobin.
Bago po ako magbigay ng aking puntos, ang Activism Advocacy is where there is an organization or initiation of action or movement for either a political or social change, a show of support, a way to bring awareness, or a way to promote the said action or movement for a policy or a cause. An example of activism or advocacy as a civic engagement would be the Amnesty International Philippines organization. The organization's central advocacy is to fight for human rights here in the Philippines itself. It is an independent and global organization that has branches that stem to different countries, including the Philippines. The said organization has continuously contributed to various policies to be approved and movements that all involve human rights. Some of the campaigns that the organization has done that centralizes into human rights include the fight against war on drugs, the rights for indigenous people, and anti-discrimination rights. Furthermore, a more specific example of the Amnesty International Philippines organization's actions that advocate for human rights is when the organization led one of the first nationwide campaigns in the Philippines that goes against torture in 2002, wherein actions such as organizing a couple of bike for rights activities, protests, press conferences, and much more were done. Kaya po binibigyan ko ng 2 puntos si Lynn kasi po may alam po siyang halimbawa sa community service volunteerism.
Ha? 2 puntos? Opo, kuya. Meron po akong alam na halimbawa ng community service. But let me explain what community service is. Participating in community service or volunteerism is any physical action that fosters civic awareness and is aimed at improving a public work or promoting a public service. It is a voluntary act in recognition of a need without expecting anything in return. Where compassionate individuals make contributions beyond our own community, you have that desire to help others other than yourself. The best example I would give is the SM Foundation. The SM Foundation is a nonprofit institution that offers community service projects. An example of this is the volunteer medical missions, where professional doctors have donated their time, skills, and knowledge without charge. More than 1 million patients received treatment that included medical consultations, laboratory tests, dental checkups, and proper and complete medication prescription. Another one is the Operation Tulong Express. It is an initiative of the SM Foundation which works together with SM markets and SM supermalls to meet the needs of communities during disasters and crises. It is said that setting a good example, such as being a volunteer, is the best way to create a change. I want to share a quote from Mahatma Gandhi, and he says that the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. Being able to push ourselves in the service of others helps us to understand our duty as a citizen. And that's all. Binibigyan ko po ng 3 puntos si Kyla dahil ang dami niya pong alam tungkol sa service learning.
Good afternoon po, sir and kuya. Grabe naman sa 3 puntos. Pero totoo yun, madami akong alam tungkol sa service learning. So what is service learning? Service learning necessitates intentionally linking service activities with student learning objectives to mutually benefit the recipient and the provider by addressing real community needs while students apply what they have learned and advance that learning through active engagement and reflection. The National Service Training Program of the Philippines Act of 2001, Republic Act 9163, is an example of service learning. It is characterized as an integration of community organizations into education in a bid to strengthen student civic and communal obligations. This helps students acquire civic awareness, defense preparations, social services, and patriotism. Participation helps students to promote and engage in an active citizenship which is important for national development. This will provide students with the opportunity to encounter inclusiveness and become more conscious of the current state of affairs. Kaya po, binibigyan ko ng 2 punto si Shan kasi sa kanya ko po narinig yung community engaged research, not chismis. Shan?
Ako po, kuya, binibigyan ko ng 3 points si Trisha. Pero let me explain my side po muna about community engaged research. Community engaged research is community empowerment for collaborative and social change. So to put it simply, traditional research consists of researchers as the agents of change and the community being the research subject. While in community engaged research, the community is a research collaborator and also an agent of change. Community engaged research sheds light on the voices of the community, including communities that have been understudied. And this empowers members of the community to be involved in creating diversified knowledge that is beneficial. The Clinical and Translational Science Institute of UCSF said that, oh my gosh, hold on, I'm so sorry. Okay, where is it? Okay. They said, and I quote, researchers and funders acknowledge that community participation in research is crucial to generate results that are more likely to be useful and lead to real practices and policy changes. A nonprofit organization, Zero Breast Cancer, is dedicated to finding the cause of breast cancer utilizing community engagement. They studied the relationships between breast cancer and adolescent development, geographic location, socioeconomic status, and other environmental factors which led to the adolescent risk factor study of 2000 to 2002. So yun lang po, kuya, very simple.
Okay lang naman po, kuya. Sino ba naman ako? Pero may chismis din po ako about community-engaged internship. Community-engaged internships are a way to provide hands-on professional practice and experience to students and graduates. It plays a vital role in providing support to the community through the process of assisting in executing and planning different programs to increase productivity, community awareness, and the provision of administrative and analytic support. One of the examples is Asia Society Philippines, which is a nonprofit organization open to all undergraduate students and young professionals with a demonstrated interest in at least one of their major initiatives. They are focused on encouraging their volunteers to participate in various type of activities depending on their knowledge, interest, and availability, as well as giving them the opportunity to realize their potential and their contribution to be recognized. Kaya po, deserve ng 3 puntos ni Alyssa kasi pinagkakalat niya po sa ibang housemates yung tungkol sa philanthropy or fundraising.
Grabe, 3 puntos. Anyway, yes, I have info about philanthropy. So philanthropy or fundraising is a collection of resources such as money, food, clothing, and etc. to benefit charitable organizations and or agencies. And a prime example of philanthropy civic engagement is a successful YouTuber named Mr. Beast and how he spends his YouTube earnings to buy materials such as hundreds of food and water to give to charities and food banks. Another instance of his philanthropy would be in one of his videos wherein he used his own money to build wells in African communities that lack clean water. He also has a secondary YouTube channel named Beast Philanthropy, wherein 100% of the profits from his ad revenue, merch sales, and sponsorships go towards making the world a better place. And in this channel, he has given $3 million worth of aid to Ukrainian refugees, fed 10,000 families for Thanksgiving, gave school supplies to the poorest schools in America, and fed 5 cities in 30 days. Another example of philanthropy would be the Build a Bear Foundation, wherein they have created several charitable partnerships and has donated over 65,000 teddy bears to children and 120,000 protective masks for 2 healthcare workers to support COVID-19 relief efforts. Now, 2 points naman po for Mark kasi puro political engagement lang po ang iniisip niya.
Ano yun? Oo nga, no. So, alam nyo ba kung sa political engagement, one commonly faced issue and expressed by most citizens is yung feeling na they do not have a voice in government and they are commonly ignored by politicians. The key purpose of political engagement is to empower the citizen into developing their political understanding and viewpoints through the use of, say, mga organizations which can serve as a medium for one to express their political views, challenge different ideas, and exercise their influence over politics. One organization which is successfully able to advocate that persons with disabilities should have equal opportunities when it comes to engagement and influencing the policy, planning, and implementation of programs, together with the help of the government, is the National Union of Disabled Persons of Uganda, formed in 1987. Currently, through this successful engagement, persons with disabilities are now represented by 5 parliamentarians in the government of Uganda. So, ito nga no. Pero ito talaga, 5 puntos para kay Isa kasi ang ingay niya po sa Facebook. Puro about advocacy videos ang pinopost niya.
Talaga, baka civic learning to. Anyways, civic learning is an engagement wherein people acquire knowledge and ideas about the community and government. This type of engagement may be helpful for young people because they will be educated about different societal and political issues, which may result in them being more socially aware. During my senior high school years, I worked on several video projects that raise awareness about various societal concerns. An example of this is when we filmed a video titled "Tatayo Ka Na Ba?", in which we addressed the ongoing targeting of activists. Additionally, we held a webinar wherein our speakers discussed the connection between the media and democracy. At that time, it was the voters registration era, and we decided to share the video through the current most utilized social media platforms with the caption of "Magparehistro ka na," because many of our batchmates weren't registered yet during that time. This type of awareness can enlighten people and may encourage them to participate in bringing about change. Well, dahil nabigyan po ako ng 5 puntos, bibigyan ko po ng 2 points si Steph kasi wala pa nagbibigay sa kanya at 3 puntos para kay Kuya. Pero babawiin ko kapag nakapagbigay kayo ng halimbawa ng social entrepreneurship at social innovation.
Grabe na kayo, mga housemates. Bago magbigay ng puntos dahil sinama niyo ako sa nominasyon, makinig muna kayo sa aking halimbawa ng social entrepreneurship o social innovation.
Social entrepreneurship or innovation aims to address social and environmental issues through an approach that garners the attention of consumers by making use of products, services, and business models to raise awareness about the said issues. Uniqlo is a retail company that best exemplifies social innovation. Their movement entitled the Uniqlo Down Recycling Program is the response to combat the climate crisis on our planet, engaging their own customers to take part in it by purchasing and wearing their eco-friendly products. The materials used to design Uniqlo's recycled down outerwear are made out of 100% down padding and feathers from used products, minimizing waste and the adverse effects of fast fashion. Furthermore, through their Peace for All UT project, Uniqlo is also able to promote peace and unity in our society through the designs of the shirts they sell under this collection. Through this project, they were able to reach out to volunteers all over the world to design the shirts based on their personal call for peace. Back in high school, I recall participating in a fundraising event along with my classmates. As a class, we organized a big concert featuring different OPM artists and made sure all our proceeds went to our class beneficiary.
At dahil tapos na ako magbigay ng halimbawa, 31 million na puntos para sa inyong lahat kasi wala tayong unity. Goodbye, housemates. Thank you for listening.
Ayos! Palakpakan natin. Galing ng Group 3. Sorry, Jane. Mukhang meron daw bagong paborito si Jeter.
So, hindi po ako papayag. Hindi po pwede. Joke
Galing.
lang.
Oo, alam mo bakit ganyan? Dahil bago ang laptop ni Alyssa. Kaya ganyan. Naka-keynote na sila. Ayan. Okay. Just kidding, Alyssa. Hindi, ang galing ng kanila, ang galing. Tapos gusto ko yung ang galing ng effect. But I think one of the things that I like here also is the way they were also showing examples. I like yung kay kanina, yung kay Alyssa. Can you expedite rather, expound some more on your personal experience on tumindig ka na ba? Ano ba yun? Yung videos na kine-create mo. Can you share some more?
Sir, kasi parang it's a video project for media and literacy. So parang yung video na yun, yung setting niya, sir, is about martial law. Pero hindi namin directly pinpoint sa video kasi bawal yun, sir, di ba? Bawal mo ilagay yung set na ganun yung setting. Pero parang it's up to the audience kung paano nila interpret. And parang, syempre, before gumawa ng video na ganun, mag-research muna kami about yung mga personal experiences talaga nila. Kasi syempre, kailangan reliable kapag ganitong social issue. And parang it was a win-win situation for us, sir. Kasi parang mas naging eager kami na mag-speak up. Kasi parang pag nakaka-learn kami ng mga ganong social issue, parang ma-realize mo na, ay, ganun pala kalala. So parang mas naging passionate ka na mag-speak up. And parang we were trying to convince people that time to register kasi parang marami pa sa batchmates namin that time na hindi pa nag-register. So parang pinipinpoint namin, sir, na parang it's a social responsibility, ganun. Kaso at the same time, sir, parang 50% may na-convince, 50% walang na-convince.
Yeah. Oo. Yun yung frustration dun eh.
Yes,
actually, that's what I wanted to ask. Obviously, there's a big adaptive challenge, and I'll share you later why what is adaptive and technical. No, adaptive means behavioral. There's a big part of your mission was behavioral change and perspective change. No, what do you think was the biggest example or biggest effort that you made that changed people's perspective?
Sir, kasi sir, parang medyo kasi parang bawal ko pero kasi parang may friend ako, sir, na iba yung religion niya. So syempre iba yung pinipili niyang president. So parang every time na magkikita kami, sir, parang lagi kami nagdedebate. So parang at the end, nung parang palapit na yung election mismo, yung voting mismo, sir, bigla siya nag-change. So parang biglang naging the same na kami ng iboboto. So parang na-realize ko, sir, na dahil tuloy-tuloy ko siyang kino-convince, biglang nakaka-change pala ng perspective kahit nung una puro sagutan talaga kami, sir, ganun. And like, hindi talaga ako nag-give up sa kanya, sir, na parang, hindi ko naman siya kasi, sir, parang inaaway, ganun, sir. Parang binibigay ko lang talaga yung perspective ko, tapos nakikinig din ako ng perspective niya. So parang nakakatulong pala yung ganun, sir. So parang ganun yung na-realize ko.
Ibig sabihin dialogic. Sige, I'd like to expound on that some more and ask probing question. No, para matuto yung buong class. So, first, may friction dahil magkaiba kayo, and I'm sure that's not new with everyone here. We've all had that experience. But I'd like for you to share, how did you keep the holding environment in terms of how you kept the relationship? Normally yan, baka mamaya mag-unfriendan na yan, di ba? Lalo na kung religion pa yung isang fundamental basis dahil magkaiba kayo. How did you, what were the practices that you kept in your mind when you were talking to her so that you can move the conversation forward?
Ano ba, sir, parang ang sobrang dami kasi naming times na nag-connect. Pero parang, syempre, sir, hindi naman maiiwasan. May mga times na parang sobrang against ako nung una sa mga beliefs niya. To the point na parang, yung
nadadala ka ng information.
Yes, sir. Parang nadadala ako ng emotion, ganun, sir. And like, may one time kasi, sir, kasi syempre, sir, di ba galing ako sa fam ng lawyers. So parang different din kasi sila ng beliefs sa akin. Like ako, Lenny, ako din sila. Hindi ko nababanggitan ko ano yung
okay lang,
nila.
Okay lang. Oo.
Pero lawyers sila, sir. So parang syempre, sobrang intense kapag kumakain kami. Tapos nagbabatihan kami, ganun, sir. So parang may one time, parang sobrang naiinis na ako, sir. Sir, fam ko na to, sir. Fam ko na to. Sobrang nagde-debate kami. And like, parang binanggit sa akin ng tito ko na lawyer na parang kapag ganito, wag kang madadala ng emosyon mo kasi matatalo ka. So parang puro facts, facts lang yung sasabihin mo. Like wag ka magsasabi ng, like pwede ka lang magsabi ng opinion mo, pero wag ka madadala ng emotion mo. So parang tuloy-tuloy ka lang maglabas ng mga receipts mo, ng mga facts mo about sa candidates mo, ganun, sir.
So that's one of the things that you've learned, skilled, no?
Yes, sir.
Yung tawag doon critical information. So hindi siya emotional. Dun sa kaibigan mo ba sinabi mo na ibang religion?
Yes, sir.
Let's focus there kasi yon close relationship para consistent tayo. Ano yung mga practices, 'di ba? How did you keep the relationship in spite of the disagreement?
Parang hindi ko kasi siya maalala, sir, kasi parang yung pinaka tumatak na sa isip ko is yung bigla ko na siya napa-convert ganun, sir. And parang
wala kang maalala na kasi gradual mo siya ginawa, di ba? Was there a time na muntik na kayong magsulya ng kandila bilang kaibigan?
So hindi naman to the point
doon.
na i-FO ko na siya. Pero meron din ako isang friend, sir, na muntik ko na siya i-FO kasi hindi talaga siya yung tipong bibigyan ko ng facts, sir, tapos hindi talaga siya nakikinig. Pero yung isang na-convert, nakikinig kasi siya sa akin, sir. So parang
So yun, I'd like to focus on that. Yung muntik mo ng EFO, ano ba ibig sabihin ng FO?
Friendship over.
Friendship over, no?
Yes,
so
sir.
so yung malapit ka na, 'di ba? Emotional na yun. What are mental red flags that you create for yourself or stop signs that you create so that you don't go beyond it?
Sir, kasi parang kinonsider ko din yung fact na yung fam niya kasi, sir, parang BBM. Sir,
Sige
ano
lang,
siya, like ganun yung
you can mention
sir,
it's not
like
taboo.
supporter yung buong fam niya ng BBM.
Ni BBM, okay.
So parang iniisip ko, sir, na iniisip ko na lang na baka influence yung mindset niya. Syempre kasi ganun yung environment niya. Kasi hindi ko naman siya palagi nakakasama. Mas nakakasama niya yung fam niya. So parang iniintindi ko na lang, sir. And tsaka, sir, kasi yung muntik ko na i-FO, hindi naman siya nagsasalita sa harapan ko, sir, ng about sa ano niya. Parang takot siya makipag-debate sa akin, sir. So parang nung bigla na nanalo si BBM, nilayuan ko muna siya for a moment kasi parang hindi ko kaya yung thought na may ganun akong friend, sir. And like, syempre, sobrang grabe yung emotion, sir, nung natalo si Lenny. So, ayun.
Okay. Yes, I can imagine. I was processing a lot of groups. But I'd like to focus on your tool of engagement, which was debate. And then ask, was there any time during your engagement that you use a different tool besides debate?
Sir, mahilig kasi talaga kami that time yung video project. Like parang ang dami na namin
So yung video project is a tool actually. Iba pa yung debate.
Yes, sir.
Yung video
Yes,
project is a venue where you can engage your target communities or target.
Yes.
Which do you think is more effective, the video or the debate?
Sir, for me, I think yung video kasi at the same, yun nga yung sabi ko kanina, sir, yung friend ko nga hindi siya nakikipag-usap sa akin about politics. So parang yung video kasi, parang mas na-enganyo ka panoorin at the same time may natututunan ka din, di ba, sir? So parang na-enlighten ka, sir. And like parang yun na yung last hope ko that time na sana, sige, panoorin nyo naman lang to para magets nyo kung ano yung ano, sir. Ayun.
All right, sige. Okay, it's